Hi, my name is Markiplier. I am the #1 fidget toy reviewer on YouTube. Why and how do I know that? Because this is my first fidget toy review on YouTube, and therefore I am the best. That's a bold claim to make. What grounds do I have to make such a bold claim? This is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever done. This is the worst thing I've ever done. I'm a sham. I'm ashamed. I don't know where I am. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I had a little downward spiral there. What grounds do I have to say that? I have ADHD. And that does not qualify me to say such declarative things. I'm also an asshole, which does give me the grounds to make such claims. But given that I have ADHD, that means that I, unlike you neurotypical weirdos out there, you have a different experience of life than I do. I promise at some point I'll talk in depth about ADHD and my experiences with it, and I may talk about it throughout this video, and therefore when I say I will at some point, that might be today, but I don't know when. But I have ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was about 20 years old. I've been taking medication for it, various therapies. They originally put me on Ritalin, then I moved over to Adderall, and recently I changed over to Astaris. It's not the ass pills. Don't mention the ass pills. They're not for my ass. They're called Astaris with a Z. It's spelled like that. There's no ass in there. Don't ask. But I like this newest medication because it helps out the most. But you know what else helps besides medication and therapies and different things you can do in your day-to-day life to try to optimize the flow and structure of what you do? Toys! Ding, 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 ding! Come on down! Here's a toy store for ya. I'm Markiplier here with the #1 toy review channel in America. That's right, I've got a bucket full of toys here and a pocket full of dreams, and I'm ready to show you the unbiased review of these fidget toys and to tell you which one is going to provide you with the best sensory experience of your life. Amazon and eBay's best toy review ever by Markiplier, the #1 fidget toy reviewer in America and YouTube and the world. Boom! Am I rolling? Oh God, I hope so. Frickin' Amazon Basics XLR cable. I don't know the quality of this. But I do know the quality of these toys, or at least I will know in a few minutes, because I can see into the future and know that I will know the answer at some point. But I can't see into the now. Oh my God, cut that out. I'm actually do chapters in this. I've never done chapters in any video ever, but I'll do chapters in this one if you care about it. I don't even know if they're gonna be, I've never done it before, but I'll do it this time. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, okay? I hate videos that like ramble on for minutes at a time about what they're going to do in the video, and then they never actually get to the point of what is happening in the video, and they keep talking about like, in this video, I'm going to do this thing, and this is going to happen, and you're gonna love it happen to them. It's like, if you would have just stopped talking at any given moment, you could have gotten to the point where the things are actually happening, and we could see it happening in real time instead of you talking about what's going to happen, and then they have to skip forward because they can see the peaks and valleys in the videos, and this definitely ain't one of them, so no one's even gonna see this point because the peak of the valley is over there, not here. Anyway, let's get to the first toy. All right, first toy. Bravo! Zoom. This is a pin art. Ew, God, did I record this in 4K? Holy crap, I don't think so. All right, it's fine. This is a, you've probably seen these. There's a clip of a kid getting scared by this right here, but also blurred because it'll get copyright claimed. But this is the thing where it's a bunch of needles and you stick your hand and or face in them, and then it makes that thing. I will have a metric of scoring these that will be based on its alleviations of certain symptoms of ADHD and general satisfaction, because that is kind of also what this is about. It's about being satisfying as opposed to just being to cure anything. That was big. I like the color. Color's good. Color's good. Good color. What's with this? Oh my God. What's with the paper in the background? I'm not sure what that's about. Just like instructions. that supposed to be there? Oh, no? Okay. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. Okay. You're about to see the magic happen. Can you even see that? There's a reflection on it. There's a reflection. Here we go. Is it me? Is that me? You look like me? Oh, it does. All right, let's try that again. I can do that better. Hey, that's pretty good. All right. I'm smiling. I was smiling. Does it come across? God, no, it doesn't. One more try. It's me. It's me. It's me. So there you have it. That's the first toy. It doesn't really get the depth of my face, but at the same time, that's pretty cool. I would not give it a lot in terms of portability. One of the biggest things about fidget toys is that they kind of need to be portable because if you can't carry it around with you, you can't go around in public doing it. So it gets a kind of like a 1 out of 10 for portability. But fun is 9 out of 10. Real good fun. Depending on your face and how fun your face is, this is going to work out real good for you. Continued fun, less so, especially in COVID era, because you can't exactly share it with your friends because you're mashing your face in here. You can do your hand, but also everyone's touching it. So hand also, bit of an issue. So, and number one, I don't think a lot of people want to share their toys with other people, you know, unless it's, I don't want to, like one of those things where you're like, hey, can I wear your glasses? And you're like, well, you don't have my prescription, so it's not really going to work for you. But also this one. Not COVID safe. 0 out of 10 for COVID compliance. This is not safer at home, and you guys should be very concerned about this. However, pretty cool, I guess. I'll put my face in here and auction it off. If it like accidentally resets in the mail, that's your fault. The buyer beware. Did I get that? Can you tell what that is? You can't. All right, so that's gonna stay right there. All right, first, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. This it says this is a fidget blanket. Hold on. Okay, number one, it broke, right? It broke right away. This popped right off. This is a zipper. If you can't see it, it's the zipper. This is a baby toy. This literally looks like a baby toy. And maybe this works for you, but I'm talking about my desire to fidget with this thing, which I don't have that extreme a desire to fidget at all. You can probably see I'm very well composed and I'm put together pretty nicely. This is a baby blanket. I'm gonna give this like a 0. I would given it a 1 because I'm sure it appeals to somebody, but it also broke right away. So I'm gonna give this a 0. Henry, what is it? What is it, boy? Henry. Henry, come here. Come here. It's okay, good boy. Come here. Henry, come here. Come here, good boy. Yeah, come here. Come here. Hop up. Can you hop up? Chico, you want to hop up? Hop up. Hop up.
Well, that's a good girl. What do you have to say to the people at home?
Pet better.
What about all the bodies that we found in your basement?
They gave terrible pets.
What do you have to say of all the people that you killed?
Your bones taste like they suck at petting.
Do you have any remorse?
Chica, out.
Can't believe it. No conscience. All right, so we have something here like food. There's a lot of plastic. So these are little poppables. So these are things that you have little bubbles in them, and they're supposed to be like little bubbles, like packaging bubbles that you pop. I'm sure this appeals to somebody, but I really don't get it, right? I was popping there. I was really trying to get into it. I thought there was something there. But to be perfectly honest, again, I don't know why it's shaped like a Happy Meal. It doesn't really make that much sound. It's a very inconvenient thing to hold because it doesn't even hold like a drink. This seems like a dog's chew toy as opposed to a toy for this. So bubble popping in general, or the kind of like little rubber punch hole things. I get that. I think I get it. And I thought that I would like this a lot more than I do, but I don't like it because the form factor is very strange. So on a concept level, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 just because I like the concept. This one's execution, however, is probably close to a 3. Like the colors are vibrant, and I get that for some people that's like really cool. But the way the rubber kind of bleeds together on the different ones makes me think of this is like a nasty patty or something like that, and they're kind of blending together. This isn't exactly doing it for me, and frankly, I'm not sure who this is doing it for, because I don't know if you just really like fast food, but you gotta really love fast food. And as a guy that really loves fast food, this still doesn't do it for me. My ideal fidget toy is something you can hold in one hand, and this one ain't exactly it. Overall, if you average the 6 and the 2, that gets a 4. Good math, congratulations. 4 out of 10. This was in the bin. I'm assuming this is a toy. These are scissors. Honestly, not bad. I think this was used to open some packages, but not bad. It's got some one-handed potential. It's not great. Good sound though. You know what I mean? Like really nice. It's got a good snap to it. Pretty cool. I'm not opposed to this one. This one ain't bad. I mean, look. I know that it's scissors and it's not really by design, and goof, funny. It's scissors in a fidget toy video, but honestly, as a fidget toy, it's really not that bad, so I enjoy it a lot. But moving on. Oh, frick. The weight on this one's funky. No, this is not my medication. This isn't a SARS. This isn't what that is. This is apparently a weirdly weighted pill bottle. So it's like there's a weight inside that is oblong, pill-shaped. It does open. It's like a weird... It's a weird weighted pill. I don't get this one. I don't get this one. I don't get this one a lot. Like it's kind of fun in your hand, but it doesn't really twirl, and it's more liable to fall out of your hand and just like tumble on the ground. And then it's weird because the physics of it is all over the place and it picks up funny. It just seems aggravating to me. And also, like, I get that, some people are divided on medication for ADHD. For me, it works. For other people, it may not, and some other therapies might be good. I recommend, even if you are taking medication, to still do some of the techniques and tactics for managing ADHD, like breaking tasks into as small of a unit as possible. Like if you need to get an essay done, break it up into tasks and write it down in a list of getting like 50 words and break it up into multiple things. If you need to go do some errands, write every single thing as an individual list, and that way you can cross off more and more things. And then it's easy. If you can break tasks down into something that only takes a couple minutes, or even 2 minutes, or even 1 minute, or even 30 seconds, break it down into whatever small piece you can, and that helps. Like that's always helped me with getting things done and getting as many things as possible. You can always hope to get in that flow state, which is awesome if you can get there, but it's not always possible. So when you need to get things done that are like really, really important, just remember to write them down in as small a unit as possible. Getting the time to actually do those things, or getting the time to actually write down those things, is the discipline part. Try to get that done at the same time every day. That way it becomes a habit. Trying to get as many things possible done as a habit is great, but the problem is when you have an unpredictable lifestyle, that's when things get hard. So make your planning the habit, and then your lifestyle can be more manageable. 2. 3. Made in China. This is magnetic rings. I honestly have no idea about this one. I've never heard of this one. Whoa. They're weird. that's oh. I'm not moving them together to move them. They just move because of the changes in the magnetic field of where they're positioned. That is fun. Fun. Very cool. Okay, all right. This is cool. This is cool as hell. Oh, that's cool. You could get. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that. Well, I'm not cool because I have them. I'm cool because my mom said so. Thanks, Mom. I didn't expect anything out of this. I don't expect anything. Most of these I've heard of, at least. I have not heard of this one. And it's just literally 3 rings that have magnets in them, and they move and roll. And then when you put them on your fingers, they kind of just move on their own. That I think is like the coolest feature, the way they kind of pull on your fingers like this, if you're just moving them. I think that I would rather have one that was big enough to put on my thumb, and then I could kind of like move it like that. But there's something that detracts this from being a really great thing that I would go to every day. Number one, you have to think about it a lot. And number two, like the way the fields, when they get close, it does pull on your fingers so that you have to like change and adapt control and do that really fine motor control. And the problem is with fidget toys, you want it to eventually be aimless. At least this is my mentality about it. You want it to be background thing, something you don't have to think about too much. And this requires just a little bit more brain power than anything else. And number 3, if we are on number 3, which rumor has it we're not, is that it can create noise. I don't like noise. I don't like making noise. I'm a noisy guy enough by itself. You should hear me drinking soup. It's very loud. And in every other aspect of my life, it's very loud. But weirdly enough, I am conscious about the noise that I'm making. And I don't like making that much noise. I don't want to make that much noise, and I hate bothering people with my noise. Things like this, that's going to get real annoying real fast. And I see you dropping these a lot. So I'm going to give this a 7.5 because I really like the potential, but I'm trying to save a lot of room for things that are going to be really good. And you got to remember, 7.5 is a pretty high rating. It may seem low, but that's pretty high because there is room for improvement, but it's still way above everything else that I rated. Very cool. I would not do it. I like it a lot as a quick, fun thing, but I would not want it to be a fidget toy that I use all the time. This is, this is just a ball on a string. It is just a string ball on a string. Four. I don't know what this is. It's in a thing. Oh! Okay, so this is cool. This is like an infinity cube, right? So this thing, it basically can go in a lot of different directions, not every different direction, but it will constantly fold in a different way if you get the pattern. I don't necessarily know the pattern because I don't play with this a lot. I guess I never have until I touch this, so I wouldn't really know. It's kind of cool, and I guess once you get it, it would be pretty cool. The problem with it is that it's not exactly elegant, and I don't know if it's just because I'm not skilled enough at it yet, which might be the truth. It might be that I'm not skilled enough to know exactly the right pattern to go about using this to make it a really fun experience. But for me right now, it takes a little too much thinking, a little too much looking at it, and it's really not nearly as delightful as the magnetic rings were. I love magnets. Magnets are great. I know how they work, and I won't tell anybody. I'll take that secret to my grave. But to be honest, I won't take this with me to my grave because it just doesn't seem as appealing. I think it's cool, but coolness isn't enough to be able to get you far in life. Trust me. I know. I'm extremely cool, but look how limited my career has been. That didn't make any sense because I'm fucking awesome, and I'm the #1 toy review. Cut all this out. If I got good at this, it would probably get higher, but I'm not enticed to get gooder at this. So I'm going to leave this at a 7. That one was a 7.5. This is a 7. That's a lot more noise when it falls. 6.5. 7. I'll be 7. That'll be fair. Some of you probably have this as your favorite thing. 7 for me. This is similar. 1. I'm not picking that shit up. Is this just a bean? This might just be a bean. Oh, they got faces on them. Okay, that's pretty cute. Okay, so it's beans that when you squeeze them, they pop up out of there and they go right back. Okay, all right. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of cool. I could see this as being just a little toy you have on your backpack, and every once in a while you need something. The action is fairly satisfying. The portability is nice. The one-handedness is cool, and the delight of seeing that little face. I guess it's only in the middle. The little face pop up is a nice surprise. Do I see myself using this repeatedly all the time? No, absolutely not. I'll give that a 7 as well. That gets a 7. That's nice. For someone, this will be very special. Not for me, though. Ow. Did you know that they do that? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. Some people don't know that. I knew that. You learned something new. If you learn something new, you have to subscribe. That's the rules. I'm not even gonna rate that because these are straws. I have a whole bunch of them though. I'm kind of curious of what they do together. Oh. I just got mad at Sour Patch. I just remembered. Something about the colors, I guess. What could have been. But anyway. All right, I give those not a score because I don't really qualify them as fun toys. Well, I'll give them a 2, 3, 5, 10. What's your answer? Write in the comments below what that one should be. Now for a classic. Something you guys probably know very well. Hey, listen. You guys know this one very well. It's near and dear to all of our hearts. It kind of started this whole toy craze. You know why? Because I'm looking at all these fidget toys. How can I look at the fidget toys without looking at the OG, the Mac Daddy of them all, the McDonald's of fidget toys, the basic bitch, the fidget spinner. Lixian make this really cool in MLG, like it's a 2010 Call of Duty compilation. Eight. Like, love it or hate it, it is really nice. I don't personally like it. If you are super into fidget toys, you probably have played with this at some point in your life. It was popular for a reason, just because it is satisfying. It is nice. It is cool. It does have a proclivity to drop and cause a lot of noise, which I do not like, but that's only if you don't hold on to it. It spawned some of my favorite videos online. If you don't know Anime Fidget Spinners by Corridor Crew or Corridor Digital, you got to watch that video. But after this one, because don't run away. What is it, Henry? What is it, Henry? What is it, Henry? Oh my God. Ah! We got this, which is dope as hell. This is a 3D printed Event Horizon black hole machine. If you watched Event Horizon, you know about the black hole device that basically caused all the problems and made the ship go through hell. This is that device. Pretty cool. I like it. It spins nicely. It's very quiet. It's in your hand, and honestly, like, I like this just as much as a fidget spinner. Maybe even more, just because it is one-handed. And the fact that it's 3D printed is cool. Some people don't like the 3D printed look of things, but I do. In fact, I like 3D printers because I just got a 3D printer. Here's me with my new 3D... Come with me. I need to show you something. Come with me for a moment, will you? All right, so this is my 3D printer here. It's currently printing something. Lexian, feel free to censor that. but it's very satisfying. Get in there close. It's a really nice 3D printer. It prints very fast, very well. The model that is blurred that you can't see is a vase, right? It's a vase. It was pre-programmed in this when I got this. It's also not necessarily obscene because that is not what that is. But YouTube is a little stingy on age restriction these days, so we're going to censor it. However, Bamboo Lab sent me this. It's really amazing. I'm not sponsored by them yet. Please, I am so desperate for sponsorships. Gummy bears who Sour Patch Kids, they abandoned me. Takis abandoned me. They never did any market research, obviously, because they would know that I am the Takis guy and I'm the Sour Patch channel. Still, even after all this time, if they wanted to take me back, I would put up a big fight, but I would go back, but they haven't yet. So Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon, yay, good in my book, give me more.
Prints really fast.
It prints really fast. God damn, that looks really good. Not because of what it is. It's just a really quality print. Sorry, you couldn't hear me. I love this thing. Can I have like 3 more?
What are you going to print? 4 of it at once.
It's not that I'm going to print 4 of something at once. It's that we're going to print 4 different things. We're going to print a lot of things. Amy, we're going to print a lot of things, Amy. This is probably a painful ass to believe. We're going to print a lot of things, Amy. You're coming with me. Okay, and we're back. Okay, no harm, no foul. Hi, we got more fun video coming at you real soon. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate you making it to this part of the video. Just wanted to tell you, it means a lot that you've stuck with me over the years. Been doing these reviews a very long time and glad that people still like them. Hoping to bring a few more to bring some joy back in your life. Thanks for being here. Anyway. So this one originally, my eyes, my hair, right in my eyes. It's that length where it's just like stabbing me in the face. Oh. Anyway, I have a hat. So this toy in particular, I was going to use this and demonstrate it. Actually, Amy got this for me a while ago. You remember, maybe you don't, the Unisonus video where it was like, will she spit or will she poop? This is that spit or poop. It is not supposed to be this color. After it's been opened, has changed into a color that is unrecognizable, okay? This is not the color that it's supposed to be. This is simply what it is, okay? I don't know why it's this, and therefore I will not be demonstrating this. When it was at its peak, I would give it only a 5 because it's kind of cool, but it's kind of gross at the same time where it's just like... and then that's it. And you do that a few times. But longevity-wise, this is not going to last if this is what the puke looks like after a while. So not good. Not good. Not what I would call good. I have no idea what this is. It's very heavy. It's extremely heavy. This is like whoppingly heavy. I have no idea. The zipper's broken on it. Great. It's just magnets. It's magnets, so magnets are cool. I like magnets. Like I said, I know the secrets of magnets. But this is just magnets. I don't know if that's that great, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty cool. Magnets automatically get 5 points just for being magnets. These are a cool color, kind of nice and shiny, good design, but at the same time, they are just magnets, which is very cool. Don't get me wrong, very fun. But again, just magnets. This is a screw. This is a Thor hammer. It's a spinner. Ah, I see. This is Mjolnir, but it's a spinner, I think. Don't know how that's gonna work. So kind of fun, not gonna lie, kind of fun. I don't like the hat. No one mentioned anything about a hat. If you got to the point where you saw the hat organically, do not answer any question about the hat. Please disavow any knowledge of the hat. You see a comment asking about what's with the hat, say, what hat? I don't remember there being a hat. There's no hat there. What are you talking about? Make them confused, okay? It's fun for the whole family. Just like this. That's pretty cool. I like that. Not easy to spin, clearly not one-handed, which is a big detractor for me. Like, it's gotta be one-handed. Really, like, if it's a fidget toy, it has to be one-handed. These magnets get a bonus point for being one-handed. And the fact that they're cool, this is a solid 7 just for being magnets. I mean, okay, that is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's like a top, but not a top. That's pretty dope. Okay, that went almost instantly right up to one of my favorites of all time. I'm not gonna lie, and I can do it one-handed. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This is the same as that other one. It's just that cube thing. This is more magnets. That's a 9. I've never seen a fidget spinner toy that spun that clean, that fast, while still making that sound. That sounds like it's grinding, which is friction, which usually stops things, but I guess this is Mjolnir and it just don't matter. This is dope. This is less dope because when you hit it, your fingers hit it and it stops. I don't know if there's something I'm missing here that it's not supposed to be like what I'm seeing, but it just came apart. Okay. 9. 7. 6.5. I actually like Just the Rocks better. That's a 9. That's crazy cool. Love that. This is a 3D printed engine. I wouldn't call this a fidget toy. This is just kind of cool. It's a demonstration of what an engine in 3D printing can do. You can make gears, and if you put a few screws in here, you got yourself a working example of what an engine is how it works, and the piston, and the push, pull, bang, boom, suck, blow.
That's the technical terms. I went to engineering school. Don't ask any questions about anything.
What is this? That only just now stopping. I've already gone through a whole different toy. That was still going. Okay, so this is probably what a lot of people swear by when they think of fidget toys. It has a bunch of different surfaces that do a bunch of different things. Some are clicky, some spin, some are buttons. That button doesn't work. I don't like the two of these don't actually click, but maybe that's by design. It could be by design, but I don't like it. You got a ball that looks like it's just kind of a roller ball or a press ball. No, it's press. It's like a silver press. And then you got these crank wheels. I can tell you with 100% certainty, this does very little for me. Mostly because I am not the type of person that needs something like this to constantly keep fidgeting. It is nice, but again, number one, I don't like noise. I don't like these clicks. I like the tactile feel of them as much as I like the tactile feel of pretty much anything. But the problem is I just don't like making noise, and this doesn't really give me any therapeutic benefits. So I'm going to give this a solid score of not this particular cube, because I think this one's under par, but I'm rating the conceptual idea of a perfect version of this as a 7.5. Just because I, for some reason in this video, started to give arbitrary numbers, and I'm going to stop that immediately until I don't. I haven't got a clue what this is. So what this is basically a spinner, right? You pick the ring that fits your big meaty claw, which I apparently need the biggest size. Okay, you put it on your big meaty claw. Still doesn't quite fit right, but I guess I didn't anticipate it. And then you do that. Maybe I'll put it on a different finger. It's basically a one-handed fidget spinner that's less satisfying. 6. I am excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about this one because I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid. Look at that. Now, this is something in a different category entirely. This is a visually satisfying thing. You don't need to do anything about it. You just look at it and you enjoy watching the shapes move and swirl in the liquid. This one really appeals to me because it doesn't need me to do anything. All I need to do is pay attention to it, and only when I want to, right? It's like watching that 3D printer work. That 3D printer is beautiful because, number one, 3D printers in general are beautiful, but that one's good because I can watch the video feed from afar, so I can watch it build. But the most important thing is it combines the visual and sound. This one doesn't have sound, though, but it's that visual component of seeing these things change and move, and they're all similar but all unique. Every single one of them is different. Even look at that! Look at what it's doing! It's peeing! That's what happens sometimes when you pee. It goes off to the side. Oh, it's so me. But it's beautiful, and it is like an hourglass, right? It just feels like the inevitability of time is slipping slowly away from you. And even if the timer stopped for something else, say a channel, that didn't mean that the timer stopped for you, but that doesn't mean that the timer is not going to stop someday. And every grain of sand is slowly running out for all of us, and eventually you won't even see the end when it comes. It'll just be a slow fade or a sudden stop, and then anyway, a fun idea, but I love this thing. It's super cool, 9 out of 10. Just because I think it's great, I love it. This one's an elegant one. It's not too long. It's really iffy on the mood of whether I wanted to go for a very long period of time or a very short period of time. But this one's great because I kind of love the colors. A lot of people try to do ones with different colors. I like that the colors are kind of similar. There's a purple side and a red side. They kind of blend together and move together. It's just a very vibrant. I like it a lot. Measuring time, very fun. This is not a toy. This is a portable bike pump. I don't think this is a toy, but maybe. Oh, 8. Now, this next thing that I'm going to show you is actually, this is my favorite fidget toy ever. This particular one is not my favorite because I lost my other one and then I bought a new one and it was not quite made right. It's a little noisy. It's a little imbalanced. But still, conceptually, I think this might be the best. It's the epitome of a lot of different factors here. Again, this one is not my favorite because it's not a nice color. But it has, let me get the scissors out of here. But it is nice. I know, blur my hand. It's not. I'm trying to amp it up. The reveal is not ready for it. So without further ado, blur it again. Anytime I see it, blur it, blur that. You can't see it, blur. This is my favorite. I think this is the best version of a fidget toy that I have found, and it personally works the best for me because not only can I use it whenever I want, it helps me concentrate, which is, at the end of the day, the purpose of a fidget toy. And for me, a man who has ADHD, it helps a lot. This is the Ono Roller. I think it's only made by one brand at this time. You could probably find different versions of it for probably cheaper than this because it's a little bit pricey. I'd say it's too pricey for what it is, but all things considered, for me, it is worth the price. What it is 2 simple rods on ball bearings rotating around a fixed plate on the back. Free spins in your hand. It is like those metal balls that you spin and oscillate in your hand. I forget what the technical term. Here's the technical term right here. That's what they actually are. This is like those. It gives that kind of like hypnotic motion to it. You just do the same motion in your hand and it's a slight roll, and you could do it as fast or as slow. You can listen, there's a slight click in this one. In my other one, that wasn't present, and I can see why, because there's a little gap defect in this one. There's a little space there where it clicks into itself every once in a while. But even so, this is delightful. It is really, really nice. It's weighted, it's got feel to it, it's got heft. When you spin it, it rolls smoothly. You don't think about it. I can be writing, I can pick this up, I can watch TV, I can do this, I can do a podcast recording, I can do pretty much anything because it's entirely one-handed. It's so absent mind. No one's thinking about it. And it just, you can carry it wherever you want because it fits in your pocket. It's not bulbous. It's not this thing. It's not going to like take up space. It takes up no space. And what's even better about it is you can get a mini version. If you have a smaller hand or you just want something that's not as heavy, they make a junior version of it too. Rolls exactly the same. And this gives you an idea of what it's like when it doesn't have that defect. That's just the sound of it rolling against my hand. Because this one is slightly more textured. No clicking, no anything. Smooth roll, really easy, portable, use it wherever. You get 2 different sizes of it. No, they don't roll together, or at least not as far as I'm concerned. These are the different sizes for it. I am not sponsored by Ono. Do not think that... Ono? 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 I'm not sponsored, but maybe I will be someday. I would gladly take their money for more videos entirely dedicated to this thing if you guys want to pay me. If anybody here wants to pay me, my rating changes. I am so for sale, it's not even funny. Bamboo Lab, give. Anybody else, I will take so much money. I have to this day not been paid once for any of my review videos. Not once have I ever been actually paid for my services. I have done so many reviews and yet no one has paid me. I have actually spent so much money just to buy shit for these. No one has given me anything. Please, I am begging for it. I have no integrity when it comes to this. I will sell out in a moment, a heartbeat. Please. Anyway, that is my video. These are the fidget toys. They are very nice. This one's my favorite. Check out my other videos. This is the end. I appreciate everything about you. Please give me money, not you watching the companies that are a part of this that want more services out of me. All right, goodbye. Oh, how could I forget? I'm not done. Shut up. I'm not done. Every time I do a review video, it's time for a little bit of a history lesson. And how could any of us forget probably one of the earliest fidget toys, the Slinky? I now know why we've forgotten about it. But there are some people that are incredibly good at Slinky. They can do tricks with it. They can make it do crazy things. You can get them in different colors. They look like they will chop your head off and cut your hand to ribbons. That's what I always thought as a kid. I still kind of worry about it. It's thin metal, and you know, if it goes fast enough, it'll cut. But it's very nice. There's something very appealing about it. It's a little noisy. I don't really like the noise, but some people are really all about the Slinky, and sometimes Slinky is all you really need, except when it gets tangled, and then you can never figure out how to untangle it. I don't care how many videos I've looked up, I cannot figure out how to untangle this and a curled cord, like an old school telephone cord. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how any of that works. Doesn't make any sense to me. I've tried to twist it. My brain can't wrap my head around it. You give me a map and give me a destination, I'll go anywhere on GPS one time. I'll be able to go there back and forth every single time without a map ever looking at it. But you give me one of these, I can't figure out that which way is up or down. 7, 10, solid 10, not joking, my favorite. That is all the fidget toys that I have. I will be auctioning this off maybe. I'm not sure. It won't stay. I probably will have to cast in resin. If I figure out a way to cast in resin, I will. If not, then it'll never show up anywhere. I've bought a bunch of other review videos, and you can check those out. Subscribe for more if you would like. Ring the bell. I think that still helps. I talked to MatPat recently, and he said he talked to YouTube before they did, and he said it was a really weird idea, and they did it anyway. So I don't know. They must have some data about it, so please ring the bell. Thank you. I'm not sponsored, but I wish I was. Don't we all? You made it to the end of the video. There was no hat. Goodbye.